Hey, let's play a little bit of a game. So, a bee has a stinger, a shark has jaws, a crocodile has teeth. What do you have? What is the only defense mechanism of humanity? It's not our brain. It's not our sharp wit, our strong muscles. The only defense mechanism humanity has are relationships. It's our ability to come together as a species, to build connections with other people that actually puts us at the very top of the food chain. And to the extent that you and I can build relationships, we can be strong. But when those relationships break apart, we're in danger. Imagine a bear that has injured its claws, or a shark that is losing its teeth. They would be defenseless. That's what you and I are when we don't have healthy relationships. Genesis chapter 2, the famous verse says, "It is not good for man to be alone." We take that as primarily a marriage verse, but it's not primarily a marriage verse. It is a verse that dictates who we are as human beings. This takes place before the fall. It's not that because sin entered the world, now we need other people. It is instead that God created us now to be in need of relationships with others. As a matter of fact, the human brain actually cannot define itself in isolation. That's why we're born into families, and it's as we connect with mom and dad, with siblings, with aunts and uncles, that we begin to figure out who we are, how we are distinguished from other people. The human brain requires connections with others. It's why solitary confinement is one of the worst punishments we can ever begin to imagine. It's what happens whenever a brain begins to erode away in dementia. It loses connection with other people and then turns inwards to itself, losing all sense of reality. We need others. And yet others are scary. They create pain and sorrow in our lives. I can almost assure you the greatest pain in your life was probably created by somebody who was supposed to love you and didn't. And so we are tempted to turn away from others and begin to think that we can make it on our own, but we do so to our own peril. One of the aspects of knowing God, of experiencing the love of Jesus, is our eyes should be open to the reality now of who we are. And instead of saying we're going to make our own way, we say, okay, God, you define us and we're going to follow you. God says you need other people. So let me ask you a question today. How are your relationships? How much are you investing in friendships with others? How much are you serving others? Where are you finding opportunities to connect, to be in community, to be in small group, to be around others? Every statistic that we see in society today says that we are becoming more and more isolated. Is it any coincidence that the more isolated that we become, the more anxious we become? Lonely, sad, depressed. God has created us to need other people. And whenever we try to form a way apart from His own creation, we suffer because of it. Will you trust Him today and recognize your need for others? Reach out, call somebody, connect for lunch. Figure out a way to be in connection with others, and in so doing, you will be who God created you to be.